worthy by design. Hello there. It is such a delight that you joined us on today's edition of Worthy by Design, brought to you by Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV. On this show, we focus on the journey from girlhood to womanhood and everything in between. I'm Ibera Chims. Welcome. Today, our conversation is centered on an issue that resonates with even the best of us. That is, making the best of rejection. Have you ever felt rejected by friends, family, or at work? Did that make you feel worthless? Did you feel the need to just label yourself a failure or bad luck? Well, you're not alone. So join our guest as she helps us evolve despite being rejected. She is Mrs. Ladi Ekwere. It's good to have you, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
She's a therapist and a counselor, so you know you're in for a big deal. So let's dive into this conversation.
Okay.
Who can experience rejection? Let's start from there.
Anybody. No one is exempted. As far as you're a human, you're bound to experience rejection. If I may tell you why, because the way we are wired, God wired us to have relationship. We're dependent on relationship. We are not, if you know the Bible very well, God created Adam, and he said it wasn't good for man to be alone. And that's why he created, Eve. So without having somebody, you feel rejected. Without someone even approaching you, even as a parent, if your children don't talk to you, how do you feel? Rejected. You talk to your child and then he's not responding. You feel bad. Your children grow up and then they don't talk to you, they don't come to you, you feel bad. So that's it. Everybody, no one is exempted.
So anybody.
Anybody.
So it's not like it's a special package that goes to some houses and doesn't go to some houses.
Not at all.
Okay.
For everyone.
Now, we are focused on ladies.
Yeah.
Our intention is let every lady feel the best of who she really is.
Okay.
Now, what's the impact of rejection on a lady?
Okay, I'm good you centered it on ladies.
Yes.
Because we're the worst hit. And why? Our background. Secondly, our culture, our tradition.
Tell us a bit about that background, tradition, and culture thing.
Yeah, you see, the woman is meant to believe that, she belongs to the background. She's a nobody.
To the kitchen and the other room.
Thank you very much. To the kitchen and the other room, if you can quote our father, So, they make a woman feel worthless right from the home. You see, if you're made, worthless right from your home, tell me what you're going to get outside. Because you already have that mindset already. You already have that mindset that, oh, this is where a woman belongs. Oh, a woman shouldn't talk in public. Oh, a woman shouldn't do this. Oh, this is, whatever a woman is told to do is what she does. So you don't have any right of your own. You can't say anything. Whatever the society imposes on you, that's what you do.
So that alone is a kick below the belt that could make you feel just rejected completely.
Exactly. Exactly.
But, looking at the issue of rejection, one might say, not only you. Should they say, not everybody. So why do you want to carry your own on top of your head?
Individual differences. And I'll still get back to background. Your experiences, where you're coming from, what you've experienced as a child, what you've seen your parent experience as, couple. You understand? So that affects you. You become sensitive. So that what A will not take, would take, you will not take. You feel, when someone is talking, you think the person is referring to you. Why? Because of your background, because of your experiences. So our background, our experiences has a lot to making who we are, positively or negatively.
So two people could have gone through the same things.
Yeah.
Probably, let's say, the commonest is a lady probably has been dating a guy for 5-6 years, and suddenly invitation card is on Facebook. You know,
Yeah.
and another lady has a similar experience, but the two can decide to approach it differently because of their background, you said.
Because of their background and then their relationship with God.
Let's go to the second one. You have talked about background.
Good.
Let's talk about relationship with God. How does that help cushion the effects of rejection?
Okay, the Bible says, I am wonderfully and beautifully made, isn't it? And he said, I have a plan for you. I know the thoughts I have towards you. Thoughts of making good things for you to come out with a great end. Now, if I know that, and then a guy ditches me, should I worry about that? I should laugh over it. I should just say, oh, he's not my match.
These are easy. I'm trying to think.
Sure. Yes. You see, it depends on how you take it. You see, rejection can be good and it can be bad. Now, it depends on how you handle it. If you handle it positively, you come out great. If you handle it negatively, you fall. You just break down. And you end up, being depressed.
But it's so difficult to see the good in rejection. You said it can be good, it can be bad. But it's so difficult to see the good in rejection. Mommy, you don't know. The first guy I dated, 3 good years of my life, the guy moved. Another 1.5. She keeps giving you the CV of rejections she's been through, and you are telling me it could be for my good. How?
Good. Now, you see, as a parent, thank God you have a lovely daughter. The day she starts dating a man, what kind of man would you want for her? A very good man. Someone who fears God. Someone who will love her and appreciate her, isn't it? So it is with God. You see, God wants to hand us over to the right man. He doesn't want, any Dick and Harry to come and take you. From the inception, just like he made Eve for Adam, every one of us were a missing rib to somebody. So if you're not with that person, things won't go well. And then he himself will not allow you to go. You see, sometimes he shows us signs, but we refuse to. We just turn a deaf eye. Why? Because we're following our feelings. God doesn't have anything to do with feelings. It has to do with faith. It has to do with his plan for you. So if you're talking about chemistry, I'm talking about the rest. That doesn't mean you won't experience it when you find the right person. You will. But then, God, who is the right person for me? In fact, if we are able to understand this from the beginning, you understand, we will not, be rejected. Because why? You already know the kind of person God wants for you.
So
and you're waiting for that person. So you don't go in and out of it. And for that lady, I will ask her, have you sat down to find out why you have gone through these experiences? So it means the problem is not with the guy, it's with you. If one comes, he goes, another comes and goes, another comes and goes, then something is wrong.
The problem is with her. Now you're saying she has a problem. So what can she do to solve this problem you said is with her?
Good. First of all, let us sit down and check. What is making people to reject me? What is making guys to reject me? What have I done? What is wrong with me? Because you see, all of us feel we are great, we are looking good, and so no man should reject us.
What if there's nothing wrong with her?
That's what you say. That's what you say. But you see, except an insane man. You understand? Nobody wants to go, I tell people just like house help. You want to be changing house helps. You understand? When you get one, you just want to stay with that one until she's ready to get married, and then you send her away. So it is with guys, except for those playboys. But there are people who genuinely want, a woman. They see somebody, she looks like, what they want. But by the time they get into the relationship, then they see a mismatch and they leave. So it's that mismatch that matters. You have to check and find out.
So if your values
matters. Yes.
Not like self-criticism. You just sit down and you're, washing yourself all down.
You don't have to. In fact, forget about, you don't criticize yourself. Why? Because you didn't make yourself. No matter how you look, I tell people, whatever God did was good. So it's we humans that say, oh, this person is beautiful, this one is ugly. No, there's no ugly person. You understand? For everyone, there's a man for that lady. So when the right man comes, he sees the queen inside of her. So if she doesn't sit down and re-examine and then stop rushing into, because sometimes there's a tendency that because this person, you know, jilted me, you know, I want to rush into, you know, the next person that comes, oh, let me show him that at least someone can, you know, date me. And then you jump into it.
So, but another issue could be, it might not be an issue of relationship, right? A lady said she had applied for about 400, her last count, 450 jobs, and she's not gotten a job. And this was her reaching out to somebody, please, can you help me, you know, talk to somebody or recommend me for a job? Now, for that kind of person, I could have easily given up, like 450, I ain't doing this no more, you know, but she kept going. Why should we keep going in spite of rejection?
Good. Now, you know, for that lady, you know, I like her resilience, her persistence. I love that. But one mistake, you know, that she did is not going back to God to ask, do you actually want me to work? What is your plan for me? God might want her to be an employer of labor. You understand? And so if, you know, you keep going and then you're being rejected, number one, they don't need your services. What makes you think that you are not the one to give the service? So it boils down to sitting down and re-examining again. You understand? Because if you know yourself, you know your value, you can walk into an interview room and say, I think you need me. You need me. And then, because before you get there, the Holy Spirit would have told you what and what the company needs. And you tell them, look, I am so person, I think you need me because I realize that so needs to be fixed in your company. If you give me the opportunity, I give you 1 year. This is your profit.
This is getting very interesting. Now, I'll read something a psychologist, Guy Winch, said. Is that the most important thing we need to do to heal the emotional wound rejection creates is to revive our self-esteem by focusing on what we do bring to the table, like you just said. Whether the rejection was by a romantic partner, a prospective employer, or a neighbor. Do you agree with this view?
I agree with him, you know.
Okay.
Yes. But then the other one is go back to God. You understand? Good. Because you can't, if you're rejected, you sit down and think about it. What is it that I'm not offering? Or what is it that the other person is looking for that I don't have? Then if you need to have it, have it. But if you cannot have it, then find out from God, what is it? Because you have something inside of you.
But people say Nigerians are too spiritual. You know, we attribute everything to God, even the things we should take responsibility for.
That is what the novice will say. Because they say this life, whether you like it or not, we're controlled by two spirits. The spirit of God and the devil. So if you want to, if you like, disagree that, well, you know, we are spiritual. If you like, agree that we are spiritual. What I have understood from the day I was born to today, you know, that I became matured, I realized that, you know, if you want to make it in life, then just listen to him. Listen to him. It is not a matter of we being spiritual. It is what we have come to understand and what we have come to realize. Because you see, with God, there is hope. You have hope. Because when you read the Bible, it tells you what you're supposed to do. I think why some people say we're spiritual. I don't even want to put it that way. Let's say we're religious. Thank you. Okay. Let's say we're religious. So because we listen. We miss the point. Exactly. We don't practice. We don't practice it. Because if we're practicing, then we won't find ourselves in that mess. You see, it is easy from the guy you're to marry. God has planned it. The school, how many children you're to have, God has planned it. Okay.
I know if I let you go there, we're going to have a lot to talk about. But let's go back to this self-esteem issue, right? Because rejection hits your self-esteem really badly, right? So for a lady who has, you know, had rejection in whatever ramification, how can she build her self-esteem again? Yes, you said go back to God, right? Because he's the one, you know, who created you. He has a manual and everything. Your worth and value comes from him. But how can she get this working in her favor?
Okay, number one, you see, most of us rush into responding to rejection. The moment something happens, we are quick to talk, we are quick to, you know, do anything that will make us feel safe and feel comfortable. Sure. You understand? Sure. Good. I always tell people, you see, when someone annoys me, I won't talk at that time. I allow myself to calm down before I say a word. Because you see, what you do when you're angry, when you're rejected, you know, is going to have a lot of effect on you. So a lady who is rejected, you know, severally, if you can go back and sit down and think again, now appreciate yourself. Know that, look, this is, you know, I am somebody. God has created me, you know, whether you're a Christian or not. Did you just come out from the thin air? No, you didn't. You know that someone created me and then I have a purpose. And what is that purpose? Go back and, you know, if you don't want to go to God, go to a psychologist. Go and find out, what can I do? Look for, you know, people you know are comfortable with you or that you're comfortable with. Sit down with them and chat with them, but not immediately. Because if they are telling you, oh no, you shouldn't have done, you might get offended. Sure. You know, so if you just allow the time,
allow the process.
Exactly. Once you calm down, then you can at least do the processing, the thinking yourself. Once you're done with that, then you can come out and, you know, do the things you love to do. If you love to go out to a garden, you know, go to the garden. If you love to do some exercise, go and do some exercise. If you love to, you know, play games, whatever it is that you love to do, listen to music, do it. It calms you down. Once you've calmed down, then you start thinking well. You see, when someone is rejected or when you're angry, you don't think well. So there's a lot of, you know, disorderliness at that time. So, but when you calm down, you can now think well. You can now look at it and say, this person rejected me. Why would he reject me? Is there anything wrong with me? Okay, no, I don't think. But then after the evaluation, you now know that, no, I don't think something is wrong with me.
It is for my good.
It is for my good. And you move ahead.
Right. Now, you had mentioned something very important before we round up. You had talked about our network, the people we surround ourselves with when we face rejection. Now, throw a little more light on that as we round up.
Okay, you know, we have families, we have friends. And like I said, that human being is wired to have relationship. You know, there are people that are around us that, you know, pretend to be friends. Even in the family. There are people who don't like you. Probably you're succeeding better than them, and so they don't like you. So they're happy when things like that happen to you.
So, but we must find the people.
Find the right people. Find the right people. You know, if you have the right people, someone who, you know, it's if I come to you and I tell you this is what is going on, if you have not experienced this, it's difficult for you to advise me. You understand? True. And that's why I tell people that, look, whatever you go through, you know, it's a pointer to the fact that you're going to help others. Because if someone dies, you know, in a family, and then you go to say, oh, sorry, but by the time you see someone crying and falling down, you'll be wondering,
you can't understand.
Is it not just death? I mean, why, you know? But if you've lost someone, by the time you see the person, relate. You won't even talk. You might just hold the person. You might just give sign language. Why? Because you know the pain the person is feeling. So you need to have those kind of people around you, those who understand. You know, if you don't go with those people, then forget it, because they will escalate the problem.
So in fact, find people you trust who can speak life and
you.
Revive your self-esteem, or Nigerians will say that'll give you a vibe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think I'm enjoying this conversation. We're actually supposed to continue, but our time is fast spent. But in 1 minute, have you experienced rejection, and how did you conquer it?
Okay. From day one till, you know, I got married, and even after the marriage, I did experience rejection. You know, so I grew up in a family, you know, that we were rejected. My mother and, you know, the children were rejected. Being the first wife, you know, when the second one came in, she was rejected. And so, you know, I, you know, focused on, you know, having a relationship with God, focused on trying to come out to be strong. it made me to actually be strong. It made me to become independent. It made me to focus on what can I do to make my life better. So you cannot say because you're rejected and then that's the end of your life. No, that's not who God made you to become. So you must, if rejection happens to you, just say, thank God. You know, I've come to agree that, you know, this statement that says every disappointment is a blessing is actually a blessing. So it's left to you. If you receive it positively, it becomes a positive thing. That is the only time you will see why that thing happened. But if you now begin to, you know, cry over it and begin to, you know, do a lot of things, go drinking, do things that will you end up destroying yourself, which is what the devil wants.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you have heard it all from the horse's mouth. She's experienced it. She has won the war against rejection. You too can win. So what are my final words? Move past that rejection. Refuse to host a pity party. You're a queen. Adjust your crown. Review your goals. Smash your way into better opportunities. I want to say a very big thank you to you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you
Ladi.
too. Thank you for having me.
And we hope to have you again.
Thank
Right.
you.
So next time rejection knocks, show up looking good. Or as Nigerians say, show up looking peng. Right. So our quick fix segment will tell you how. See you there. Hello, we are here again on our quick fix segment. Today we are going to be learning something very new just to pimp your dressing for this Sunday. Yes, this Sunday. I have in the studio a very special guest. Her name is Mrs. Elizabeth Simon. You're welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you.
So she'll be teaching us how to make very simple fascinators or Alice band or whatever you may call it. Something this simple for Sunday service. So I hope you're ready for the ride. So what do we need? Okay, first, which are you teaching us?
I'm teaching this simple fascinator. It's Alice band.
Okay.
And it's either you use crinoline.
What's this called?
This net is called crinoline.
Okay.
Or we use fabric.
And what's the fabric called?
You can use any fabric. You can use even Ankara lace. But
okay.
This is called doll face.
Doll face. Oh, okay, okay.
And the materials to be used are, of course, the doll face, bias, your Alice band,
okay,
the scissors, and flowers to embellish, and of course,
needle and thread.
Needle and thread
to match.
Then you need your gum, UHU gum. Then you also need stay.
Okay. So where do we start from?
The first step to do is to cover your Alice band.
Okay. With the bias?
Yes.
Okay.
We use the bias to cover your Alice band with the help of the glue.
Okay. So, but is it possible to use this without covering it with the bias?
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
Okay, a matter of choice.
Just like this one.
Oh, yes, yes.
Covered.
This was not covered, and it's still beautiful.
So you apply the gum, the glue on the bias and
the Alice band.
On the Alice band and just wrap.
Okay. So you apply it inside?
Yes.
Okay, can the viewers see where you started from?
I applied it inside.
Okay.
Then you gum it, put it on it to stick it together and start wrapping it.
Okay. So you keep wrapping?
Yes, you keep wrapping.
Till you go round completely? Yes. Okay. So this is actually something I can do Saturday night. and use it on Sunday morning.
Yes, yes.
This is for people that like to match. I'll just go with the empty black. And I'm good to go. Let me try this one. How do I look? The interesting thing about this is that you could do it however you like it. Your inspiration is the most important thing. It's not what any other person wants. You like it this way, you do it. You like it another way, you do it. The most important thing is learn it so that it comes in, you know, anytime you need it. Yes, we're done with the Alice band.
So whenever you want to stick, make sure it's behind. Your rough
Okay.
work should be at the back of the...
Okay. We should stick it behind so it doesn't come off in front. Okay.
So this is this. Then the next one, the fabric, we need to cut it into cycle.
And you call this fabric what?
It's doll face.
Doll face, right?
Satin.
Okay.
Doll face. So we need to cut it into round pieces, like 5 pieces is enough. So what we want to make with it is this rose or flower.
Okay. What can I do to be useful? Fold it in 4.
So, yes.
Fold it in 4.
So what you do is just to make running stitch. In our primary school, we're taught how to do running stitch. So very easy to do.
Can you show us how to do that? Okay, just okay.
in and out. That
Okay.
is running stitch.
Okay. Some of us do not know. Okay.
So the
You
next
are,
one.
okay. So you fold this in 4. I've already learned this trade. In case you're lazy about doing your own, I can help you. Fold it in round 1, 1, and 2. Then tack here. Running stitch, right?
Yeah.
The kids will actually be very excited to be part of this process. They'll help you fold it and you just do the attaching. Imagine your daughter wearing something mommy made the night before. Very exciting. Okay.
Tie it together and cut the small one. Then spread it out.
Okay. So show us what it looks
Just
like.
like this. This is it.
So the rough part goes behind. This rough part you sewed goes behind.
So we need to stick it to the Alice band.
Okay, still with the thread and needle?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
If you like, you can make use of the glue, but at
Okay.
times the glue can remove at any time.
Okay,
if you
okay.
did not stick it well.
Okay.
Yes, stick it well.
This everybody can get in the market, right?
Yes, tailoring market or where they sell fascinator or art accessories.
Okay.
You can get.
I forgot to mention she's an artist. She does all manner of artworks you can think of. Anything you can think of. Contact me, I'll give you her number. Okay, so where are we?
So the next thing is to just embellish it with this, with glue.
Okay. Okay, so you put the glue on that,
yes,
at the
just,
center.
Yes. No, that place still look rough. Just to
Okay,
cover
so this now. Great.
So this is it.
That's the finished
Then-
product.
Then
Okay, so this.
we need to cover the back.
What did you call this again?
This stay.
Stay.
Or breast pad.
Okay, okay.
You can get it from a
Tailoring shop.
yes.
Okay, okay. So that helps to cover any rough.
Any rough, yes.
Okay.
All the rough part of it.
So you have to put gum to hold the stay together.
Sure.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I'll have to switch to the latest.
So, yeah, done.
And so we are good to go for Sunday morning. Ah, the kids will smash. How do I look? Oh, well, it is as easy as A, B, C. What do we need again?
And the material, we need the fabric, and just as I've said before, you can make use of any fabric. You can make use of Ankara, lace, or any scuba, any fabric you want.
All those extra Ankara, don't throw them away.
Then you need your
Bias.
bias, you need your bias, your gum, UHU gum or the glue gum. Then you need your scissors and matching thread, needle.
Okay, so
those are
all
what-
these things can cost us like how much?
For the bias, you might not buy, bias is 200 naira, but you might not buy the roll. You can just buy like 3 years, will be okay for this.
So with like 2,000 naira, I can get this look.
For less than 2,000 naira.
With less than 2,000 naira, you can get this look. What are you still waiting for? This is a new year. Make sure you give your outfit that little extra with this beautiful Alice band. Your kids will look good. You will look good. Till we come your way again next time, stay fixed and remain worthy by design. Bye now.